Hi, this is Jamie McMillan. I've been doing a whole series of video posts this month about my favorite math resources for homeschooling. A couple weeks ago I started talking about a little bit about math games, how my oldest son, he didn't like doing textbooks or workbooks, but he did like doing games. And so I looked and found every possible game I could that had anything to do with math. So we used a lot of the same ones that you might find in homeschool catalogs, or books like the Scholastic book I showed you. I'll just show you a couple more real quick. This one, Reader's Digest, they have a whole series of these books, also on science, like how weather works in the body and other topics. They're fun, I like them. They're not so much games per se as a lot of hands-on activities. And we wouldn't do all of these, but we could go through and just pick the ones that looked the most interesting. And he was all about that. I would let him go put sticky notes on the ones that he wanted to do. And you've probably seen this one before, Family Math, but we use this a lot. You can see it's been well marked, well used by all my kids. So this has lots of fun hands-on and games to do. This one we used quite a bit. I also had the middle school Family Math, but for some reason we didn't use this as much. I don't think it was as many games or hands-on. It seemed like more workbook kind of stuff, so I definitely didn't use this one as much. Maybe I just didn't give enough of a chance. But something I want to emphasize is that just because something is called a math game or it's labeled educational does not make it better. In fact, if it's not the sort of game your kid would pick to play on family game night, it's probably not worth playing more than once or twice, maybe just for novelty's sake. But stick to games that you would actually enjoy playing, you would pick to play on family game night, because your kids can learn an awful lot about math just through those. For example, like cribbage. This is one that my uncle credited with saving his math skills when he was a kid. He was so confused with math, but his mom, my grandma, decided to start playing cribbage with him all the time, and it worked. He said this made everything so much easier for him. He got so much better. And lots of games are like that. Here's one that we enjoy, Sequence, which involves playing cards on a big mat. And the idea is that just the more you play with numbers and you see numbers, they become less intimidating. Some things involve patterns, like this one is great fun. This one involves strategy and visual perception skills. Here's another one that involves patterns, memory, and makes you think outside the box a little bit. This one is great because it's portable, and we've played this a lot. It's a lot of fun. And it's surprising, even little kids can beat you at this, because there's no reading involved. Anyone can do this. Here's one of my all-time favorites, Mastermind. You can tell it's been well used. This one is about logic and deduction. It's an old one, an old classic one, but it's so much fun, and we play this a lot. And here's another ancient game of ours that we play a lot. I think you pronounce it Rummikub, I'm not sure. But so you can see there's tiles with numbers on them. And the more your kid plays with numbers in a fun way, in just a relaxed way that everybody can enjoy, then numbers become less intimidating. It's not something that you only see in a textbook or a math homework or something that's done during school. Numbers, there's nothing scary about numbers. And last but not least is card games, of course. Good old deck of playing cards, and you can find all sorts of games in these books, from the easiest up to the hardest. And then you can take them with you anywhere, and they're fun. So don't get sucked into thinking you have to have an educational math game. Those are only good for one-off, one or two time playing, just for something different or to practice a certain skill. But rely mainly on the fun games, the real traditional family games that everybody likes.